It's your boy Young and Hefe. Don't care about number what the check say.
KBL, you a menace.
Shit, yeah. It's a lot of little boys out here talking that talk, but ain't spinning and walking that walk. 5 bills to get you whacked, 50 shots up in this Mac, face shots to make the news, we just step when they relax, group chats to get you tapped, forehead up in my lap, when they pump we run it back, tell my youngin' cut no slack, 5 bills to get you whacked. What's the good old big deal with the good old people, man? It's your boy Young and Hefe. Don't care about number what the check say. Make sure you go ahead, like and subscribe, because it don't cost you nothing. And press that button, and if you ring that notification bell, I'm gonna bring you mail. What's the good old big deal with the good old people? I'm about to put you up on game with Young and Hefe. Who I'm about to put y'all up on game with is this K5 and Esborne situation. So last night while I was scrolling down Instagram, I had ran into this segment, you know what I'm saying, with HK from BPS. And he was online, you know, with K5 from VNG or whatever. And K5 spoke about a squabble that he had with Lil Esborne, you know what I'm saying, from 60s. Out of all the squabbles he had, basically, he's putting it out there that he ain't lost no fights to no neighborhood, and the only neighborhood that gave him a fade was Lil Esborne. We gonna get into the content of how K5 explained the fight went from his perspective. You had people in the comments like Munchie B hopping out there like, hey, it's false, you lost, or whatever the case may be. But it did take me down a trip back down memory lane, you know what I'm saying, because Lil Esborne, you know, he's a banger, you know what I'm saying. The only time I've been locked up with Lil Esborne was back in the day, like in Challenger, like in 03, you know what I'm saying. I was in a box. I was in a box with him and Scrap, you know what I'm saying, rest in peace from 5-5. I was in a box with them dudes and stuff, and I remember Jay Cox had let us all out to sit at the table, you feel me, knowing that, you know, I was an enemy of them or whatever the case may be. But, you know, everything was everything. Nothing had happened, you feel me, you know what I'm saying? We ate our little breakfast or whatnot and went back down to the rooms. But, you know, over the course of the years, you know what I'm saying, Lil Esborne is a name from over that way, that ring, and not just like amongst his enemies, because like for real, like I ain't really like heard no stories of Lil Esborne like tripping with like no 8-Tray gangsters or anything like that. I'm pretty sure he probably had a squabble or two, but you know how I go, like a lot of people went to school with these dudes and grew up with these dudes though. A lot of the stories I do hear about Esborne though is him tripping with the 60s and stuff like that, you feel me? You know, I heard all type of legends, you know, I'm not here to throw that out there, whatever the case may be. But we about to get into this content, man, what K5 have to say about Lil Esborne from 60s. And you already know, man, it's the halfway and the half effect. We gonna commentate.
About the only nigga from neighborhood that ever, like really tried to hang with my program is Lil Esborne from 6-0 on 50s.
Only one.
Only one on my mama, and I still feel a certain type of way. Back in 2009, blood, when it was me, Scarface from Bounty Hunters, and Baby Firebuck from CPF, before I heard about the weird shit he did on that case, what he did, you feel me? But like,
that's my boy,
Esborne come down, look. So look, Esborne come down a tear like, hey, who said fuck naps? Baby Firebuck act like he's scared to say, I said fuck naps, blood, what's happening? On 6-0, we gonna get down. On VNs, we gonna get down there. So the homies from PJs get the door prior, I come right out. Go upstairs, chop part. Blood, when I mean we squabbling blood for hours. Like, hold on, no, you hold on, nigga. I'm blood, I'm about to fuck you up. On 6, I'm about to fuck you up. Nah, blood, I'm about to really fuck you up, blood. Hold on, nigga. All on the tables, squabbling, nigga. All on the ground, squabbling, nigga. Like, Bitch ass nigga on 50s. Both of us got black eyes, raccoon, busted lips, everything. Nigga, the only PJ's like, wait, hold on, K5, hold on, S.Born, nigga, y'all tearing this motherfucker up. Nah, blood, fuck that, nigga. This nigga trying to give him our program, blood. We gonna keep squabbling until somebody lose.
Who for PJ?
Didn't nobody, we gotta ask Scarface from Bounty Hunters. Oh, what was the homies that, I think it was Mike. I think it was Mike from PJ's. And his uncle, to my knowledge, on Bloods. Like, but this was a long time ago. But all I know is, Lil Esborne, I give that to him. That's the only neighborhood that ever, I mean, ever, hung toe to toe with the 5.
Yeah.
And I'm giving that shout out. I'm giving him that. He did on Bloods. That's a true story. He did that. It was a draw. It wasn't no lose. It wasn't I beat him up. He beat me up. It was literally a draw. And every time we see each other, they'll be like, what's up, my nigga? What's up, boy? What's up, 5? Oh, blood, that's the only nigga I be like, boy, I be telling niggas to this day, you the only nigga. He said, nigga, on 6-0, you the only nigga. I said, bro, we got to figure this out. He like, man, we got to figure it out, fuck. I said, man, we got to figure it out, bro, because our shit was a draw, bro. We just got to catch a friendly fade, bro. Somebody got to.
So y'all heard it from K5 mouth right there, you know what I'm saying, from his remembrance of the squabble with him and Esborne. Now, the squabble, I'm not going to say this story is far-fetched. This one, I'm going to say this story is not far-fetched because anybody that know, or I ain't going to even say know that, it just ran across both these dudes at a certain point in time. Both these dudes are tall, lanky, like skinny dudes with reach. So, for real, it was probably kind of like, you know, an even match. You know what I'm saying? K5 ain't always had the husk or had size on him. That's why I was tripping about the story when K5 said he took a fade for me, because I'm like, man, anybody been in the county with me? No, I was hub. Like, I was bigger than you. You know what I'm saying? You was just taller than me, you know what I'm saying? But you ain't never took no fades for me or nothing like that, and ain't even going for that. You know what I'm saying? So, however, I don't think the story far-fetched. It might have was a good old squabble because they both was tall, lanky, skinny dudes. You feel me? And probably was, you know, getting it in. You know what I'm saying? Bap, bap, bap. Nobody got knocked out. You know what I'm saying? They probably was just throwing combos or whatever the case may be. Now, how the story came about and or how this fight happened, he say because baby Firebug, man, from Sinella Park Families, 6'8", Firebug the historian, he say basically, it sounds like he's insinuating that Firebug or somebody on the tier had this neighborhood, and Esborne came down there and asked who it was, and Firebug was quiet, allegedly. So K5 is saying that he stepped up to the plate and took the fade. Now, Firebug is another person I know, been in jail with. I can't say that Firebug been turned down the times that I've been around him. So that's why I'm saying, like, with some of these stories that K5 be coming with and that he be remembering, be kind of like off the wall. Situation with me, never caught a fade for me. The situation with Firebug, I can't say it's not true. I can't say, I don't know what they got going on. Because like I said, you got Munchie in the chats like, man, hey, Bloods, you lost that fight. Stop lying. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure him and Munchie had some back and forth or whatever the case may be. So when people get into it with each other or, I don't know, lose respect or fall out each other graces, man, people are going to do and say anything and come out their mouth and say anything derogatory or crazy about that person, not saying this is what's going on. But we can't keep having too many situations where it's like real members that be on that, it was turned down, or, you know what I'm saying, somebody took a fade from him and nothing like that. And even in his story, he didn't say nothing. Yeah, that was disrespectful to lie, so you took a fade from me. But he, you know what I'm saying, when asked about me, he like, man, you know, and, you know, yeah, he standing on business, you know, yeah, he took this fade, did this and that. And then that story, like, I don't even remember that. I didn't take no fade with nobody on no floor because I hadn't been in the county jail with K5, you know what I'm saying? I had just been in Delano with K5. But I don't know. We're going to see how the situation unfolds. But for sure, Lil S.Born is one of those members from over there. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? He ain't nobody you going to hear no smut on. You know, he is somebody, you know, that's gonna squabble and stuff like that. Even, you know what I'm saying, when I went through MDC, I just like missed him or whatever, but he was down there with my bro, Tiny Ant. They the same age and went to school with each other, you know, and have, you know, some type of friendship or whatever the case may be. But yeah, you gonna hear about him, you know, standing on business, you know, and being with the business and on that. Like, you definitely can get that to him. But K5, you know, he didn't say he won, he didn't say he lost, you know, he said it was a draw. He said, you know, they kept on going. They had raccoon eyes, black eyes and stuff like that. They was taking breaks, squabbling again and stuff like that. That's funny. I only can remember one little squabble that was funny like that, to where it was just like, hey, man, they going dumb, man. Like, man, we was trying to stop it, man. I remember when Hickey Mac from Bonnie Hunters had got down with Fat Ant from Nutty Block, man. I might tell that story, man. I mean, it went project mode with them dudes, man. Them dudes started fighting with mops, brooms, getting hit with mop buckets, all type of stuff, man. It was crazy. But no, that's just something I wanted to put y'all up on game on and speak on this situation right here, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be. But we gonna conclude that right there, man. You already know it's your boy Young and Hefe. Don't care about number what the check say. Make sure you go ahead, like and subscribe, because it don't cost you nothing to press that button. And if you ring that notification bell, I'm gonna bring you mail.
No, you capping. Man, I might make some niggas mad with this shit here, right? But I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna keep it real. Man, half of these niggas around here the police. And y'all got them hanging out with you. Half of these niggas that got on the stand, my nigga, and testified on niggas, right? But them y'all homeboys. They come home, y'all celebrate them. Y'all got them at boo, coo, this, all this shit come around. That's why I don't fuck with these niggas. Cause them be the same niggas that got them gonna get on the stand and testify against your ass when you out here in the streets. See, that's why I got the way, dog. It ain't nothing out here but niggas gonna tell on each other. Get on the stand and testify. Oh, it's niggas around here done testified on niggas. I got paperwork, niggas done testified, got on the stand on niggas, and don't even got nothing to do with the motherfucking case. That's how scared these niggas is around here. Fuck they talking about. It can happen though.